Hi there. Since I cannot be sure how you got here, let me begin by asking you a question. Are you a man who would love to create a life filled with beautiful women? If the answer is yes, I invite you to stick around. If no, well, then let your curiosity decide your next move. Either way, in case you didn't know, I will make a long story very short and tell you this. All of the most important qualities that are attractive to women are learnable. Great news, isn't it? And if you answered yes to the previous question, then I will tell you a very simplified formula for making that happen. First, you have to consume great information about men, women, seduction, personal growth, and so on. Second, you have to use that information practically. Then you have to repeat that cycle until you're satisfied with your life. In a nutshell, this is what it takes. Sounds simple, right? However, finding great information and using it is where a lot of men fail, which is why I have created this training course. If you want to get fit, you start working out. If you want the best results, you will have to follow a training and eating plan that corresponds with your desired outcome. One day you'll focus on your legs, the other on your core, and you keep going until you have completed a well-rounded training regime covering your whole body. Every time you train, you will have to put your muscles under tension for them to grow. Not too much to injure yourself, but also not so little that it doesn't have any effect. You also have to rejuvenate your body when you're not training, by eating and resting properly. Then over time, by improving 1% at a time, you will get to the desired outcome. If you want to get better with women, then know that the process is pretty similar. You will have to do specific exercises and learn the proper mindsets. And just like with training muscles, your growth in this area emerges over time. Now, if you choose to complete this training course at least 100%, then I can promise you two things. First, you will be a more attractive man. You will have acquired new wisdom, skills, experiences, and mind shifts, making you more confident and successful in the land of women. Second, even after completing it, you'll continue improving and evolving because of the insights you will get here. In fact, the way I have set this training course up will enable you to become a rare breed of a modern man who naturally and almost effortlessly attracts beautiful, high-quality women into your life. But let's delve into the concept of attracting women effortlessly, because I don't want there to be any confusion. You probably can read and write effortlessly, can't you? However, as you may remember, when you were a child, learning it took effort. It required you to work. Gradually, 1% at a time, you became better. The more you read and wrote, the better you became, and even less effort was required for reading and writing, until it all became so integrated into yourself that reading and writing had become effortless. So, let there be no confusion. Growing into a man that draws women into his life requires work. Goal accomplishing, satisfying work that will transform the you of the past in the you can become. Actually, doing the work to become better is the basis for your success. And in this training course, you will not only get to consume great information, but also you get to complete various exercises. This way, I can pass on to you skills, experiences, wisdoms, and the mind shifts you will need to become respected, adored, lusted, and loved by women. That is what you want, isn't it? Well, before we continue, however, you will need to ask yourself an important question. Am I committed to doing the exercises? Because if you're not fully committed to doing the exercises, stop the video right here, right now. Great, you're still here. That tells me a lot about you. Most importantly, that you are willing to take your life into your own hands, to put in the work and try out new things to get what you want. So, let me explain how I have put this training course together and how I'm going to keep my two promises. Keeping the first promise is simple enough. I give the required information and exercises to integrate the wisdom. You do what you need to do and poof, you're more attractive, experienced, and so on. But how do I keep your progress aligned with becoming a naturally attractive man after you have finished this course? Well, have you heard of the following saying? You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. It rings true, doesn't it? If you regularly spend time with losers, then you will most probably also become a loser, and vice versa. In this training course, we are going to use the same principle. Here, we will focus on different key aspects to help you become a naturally attractive man. During the individual training sessions, I will infuse my knowledge with the knowledge of 4 other mentors who I consider to be world-class in this area. That serves a very important role of giving you the 5 people to average out from. In addition to that, usually, but not always, I will give a product recommendation for the current subject. This whole process kills 2 stones with 1 bird. First, by introducing great mentors, you will get a well-rounded perspective on the whole topic of seduction much faster. Think about it this way. The 4 mentors I introduce to you have at least a combined 70 years of experience in learning and teaching this stuff. If they have been doing this for 20 years each and are respected by other mentors in this industry, then it's easy to see how integrating their advice is super helpful to you, isn't it? As a bonus, they also offer a lot of free advice right here on YouTube, which wasn't really the case when I started learning it around 14 years ago. If you find the right information, it's much easier for you to get better with women now. Second, and this is how I can keep the other promise. After you have finished this course, you will already have 4 world-class mentors to keep learning from. This ensures that your future progress is aligned with the training you are currently undertaking. Here's the thing, the internet is full of advice on how to be successful with women. But a lot of it is just ill-informed. Looking back at the beginning of my own journey, there are so many things I wish I hadn't learned. I took in advice that seemed great, but turned out to be harmful. This means that if I want you to avoid the traps, then I have to guide you towards resources with great quality, right? On that note, let's talk about the product recommendations. While it's true that learning from these products will deepen and fasten your understanding about the whole seduction world, getting them isn't a must. These are just my recommendations for your own curiosity, so that when you later want to improve yourself, you already have an idea what to get and from where. The real value is in introducing you to other great mentors to keep learning from. You know, aside from me. So don't worry. You can do the whole course just as it is and you will see real, practical improvements in yourself. Now, let's talk about the rules of the training. First, no multitasking. No social media, no nothing. If you are behind the computer, put your phone on silent and focus on the training. You have to be mindful during the training sessions. Second, be prepared to reserve around 2 hours a day for until you have completed this training. I'm sure you can find the time if you want this. It won't always take 2 hours and some of the exercises are just watching great content and taking notes. Third, do not go to the next training session until you have completed the exercises first. This is crucial, and you will hear me repeat myself often on that matter. A lot of these personal growth products neglect to remind their users, you, to be an active participant. I won't. It would also be a shame for you, because being an active participant with women is hella fun. Alright, these are the rules. I expect you to follow them. Now, before we end this intro and go to session 1, I have for you exercise 0. Get yourself a pen and a notebook and write the 3 rules down. Do not go to the next training session until you are ready. But get ready. Your future is waiting.